Hello and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker. In the last episode we finished up here in Forest Haven, and in this one we are going to work our way to allegedly get the third Goddess Pearl. We're heading to the last island where it is said to be located, and in the process we're going to kind of collect some odd and end things. We're going to get a couple of heart pieces and just kind of add more locations to our sea chart, just kind of get them filled in by talking to these fishmen. There are a couple things that we want to watch out for in this episode, and I will explain those as we get closer to them. But the majority of this episode kind of is just sailing. There's a lot of sailing going on, and due to that I will be spinning and jumping and trying to find ways to entertain myself while doing so. So bear with me as I sail across the Great Sea. Anyways, jump. There are going to be a couple of new enemies as well in this episode, so I guess we have that to look forward to. We're getting there. I will be checking the sea chart a lot, just to see where my progress is. There are a couple of areas I want to avoid. For instance, if you see a large flock of seagulls kind of like circling, stay away from that. That means there is a big octo in that area. Currently we only have the boomerang that would be able to attack him, and the boomerang is certainly more than capable of defeating the big octo, but you kind of have to be quick, can't miss, and you have to just be like very precise. So in one of my trials I was able to defeat him, so it's not impossible, and I would even say it's hard, but it's just not recommended. And if you do lose to the big octo, you will be just kind of thrown to a random spot facing a random direction. So definitely make sure you are prepared, but for now it's best to avoid them until we get bombs or bow and arrow or something a little bit more powerful to deal with a big octo. Also, just you do want to watch out for cyclones. There are a bunch of them that are circling the Great Sea, and as we get closer to the island, the weather is going to get worse, so watch out for that. Let's see. I'm not going to like completely go out of my way to fill in the sea chart during this episode because it is already a longer one. But if I do see the fishman jumping, I will talk to him, but I'm not going to search the entire coordinate for him. If I just happen to be going that way, such as right now, then I will make sure to fill in my sea chart. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and continue. As I mentioned, this big octo, if you want to make sure you stay away from him, he is kind of hanging out there around the private oasis island, so if you know where that is, just stay clear. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Yeah, we're getting close, still a while away. One of the things that just really fascinates me about this game is just these seagulls flying around. They're just... Nintendo did an incredible job with the graphics and making this game beautiful. And just these little minor touches of having just animals interacting and flying as you're sailing, I thought was kind of neat. Anyways, we're gonna head to the right a little bit here. Get ourselves one of these fishmen locations again. Now watch out for these pea hats. These are the creepiest pea hats from any of the Zelda games. They kind of look like half clown. They kind of look like, remind me of the Super Mario World Bowser clown. mobile, if you know what I'm talking about. But that's what they remind me of. So it's kind of peculiar. Okay, so we're just one island away, so we're getting really close. Again, sorry, this is a kind of boring episode. There's not a whole lot going on, but it is important just for collecting and some storyline aspects. The next couple of episodes will be a little bit better. In the future, I may speed up some of the sailing segments if they don't have anything going on and they are just a straight shot. I didn't do that here just because I was collecting a couple of things. So in the future, that might change. Let me know if you would rather that I do that or if I should just keep it at the regular length and just bear with the boringness. Anyways, getting close. What I don't like is I always see the fishermen jumping and I want to get the location marked, but then it's like, oh, cutscene, I'm gonna sail you into the island myself and go right past the guy, so then I have to go back out there. Did that on Forest Haven, and it's going to do that to me here. As you can see, as you approach, there's a gigantic cloud of doom, as you can see, circling. Kind of reminds me of the one that was hanging over Death Mountain in Ocarina of Time. But yeah, cutscene. Alright, so now we regain control. There's one thing we want to do on this island. I'm not sure the exact location of it, so bear with me as I figure it out. But there's a heart piece we're going to collect while we're here. May as well, since this island isn't of that significant importance, so we won't be returning here all that much. There is a withered up tree, one of the Koroks, that we'll be going past, and we'll be dealing with that side quest later on in one of the videos. So I'll explain all of that when the time comes. So we're just gonna head straight out to this island to the east of where we are right here. One kind of has this a spiraled path. You can sort of see it from this view. Alright, so we're just gonna jump out, leave this guy, and work our way up this spiral. And at the top there be a smaller little kind of a divot in one of the islands that we can float over to using the deku leaf. Make sure the wind is set to northwest. We have it set to northwest because that's the way we needed to go, so we don't need to change it. But I need to find it. So yeah, we're gonna ignore these guys for now. Come back to them later. It's somewhere. It's hard to see just from this view. I'm not exactly sure where it is. So, alright. What I think would probably be best, I know it's to the northwest, so let's try using the telescope. Zooming in a bunch. I think this might be it. This small little area right there. So what we need to do is just jump off with the with the deku leaf and float. Now I probably should have filled up my magic meter gauge before doing this, as I'm going to be cutting it very close. So make sure you plan this a little bit better than I did, but I do make it. And this is the right area, and we'll get ourselves a heart piece. So, yay! Alright, with that, we're just going to go ahead and return back to the King of Red Lions and proceed forward to Windfall Island as we were instructed in the previous cutscene. So hopefully we don't drown. We're getting close. Alright. So that's to the northeast, I believe. Yes, Windfall Island, northeast. So let's go ahead and equip the Wind Waker, change the wind path, and we're gonna head that way. Here we go. So hopefully I can get this guy on the way out. See him jumping there in the horizon a little bit. Alright. Okay, so now we're just gonna head straight in. Again, more sailing with not a whole lot going on. What we are going to notice is the weather is pretty bad, and it's gonna stay that way all the way until we get to the island. And we're also going to run into a newish enemy. They call it Gyorgs. I'm not sure how you want to pronounce them, but they're essentially sharks, and they seem to have a little bit of armor on their head. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But they only have one primary form of attack, and that's to ram your boat. It does about 1/4 of a heart of damage, and just kind of knock you out, and you just swim back and get back into the boat and proceed onward. If they want to make it a truly terrifying enemy, they should have sworn to and start to tear you to pieces once you get knocked out. But this is the Wind Waker, so defeating them is easy. You can just use your boomerang. But what I just recommend doing is avoiding them. If you jump when they're charging you, you can just go right over them, and then they have to circle back around and try and charge you again, and they don't exactly, not known for their speed. We're just sailing. As you see, there are some of these fjords right here. And they're really easy to avoid. As we were told in the cutscene, the pirates have kind of set up shop here, and they're looking for a way to break in to talk to Lord Jabun and get the third pearl for himself. I don't really know what just happened there. It's just kind of like did this cutscene, and then my sail is down and I'm facing the wrong direction, but all the enemies are gone, so I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. But we're just trying to meet up with the pirates here. In this video, we're not going to actually deal with the pirates. I'm just going to collect some pieces of mail once I get on the island, and then I'm going to upgrade the Picto box with the Forest Haven Firefly that we got a couple of videos ago. As you see, the pirates have set up right there. I don't know how the townsfolk would have noticed a giant pirate boat. Yeah, they're a little bit behind. But I mean, Elvis was standing right there where that is, so he should have noticed. Okay, so anyways. All the town inhabitants are kind of like asleep, and they're away. One of the few times that everybody will be gone. The first piece of mail we're getting is going to tell us to collect some of these night crests. We'll be doing that slowly throughout the game. Not really a huge priority. And the second piece will be a heart piece, which is the second part of the if you remember, Beto wanted us to do that mail sorting game, and this is the second piece, so he gives us or I guess the mom gives us a heart piece for it being inspirational to him, I don't know. So anyways, let's proceed up here. We're going to talk to Lorenzo, get ourselves an upgraded Picto box, and that will essentially be it. The upgraded Picto box you need if you want to do the Nintendo Gallery. They only accept full color pictures. I am not doing a Nintendo Gallery, so do not expect any of that. But if that's your thing, have fun. Anyways, I'm just gonna conclude it right now. So stay tuned for the next episode when we go and check out, see what the pirates are doing here on the island, and proceed on from there. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, and do some more commenting. Thanks.